Welcome to Magical DNA Enterprises. We are the leading researchers on dragon DNA and have finally discovered what all dragon experts have been theorizing for years. That there is a common ancestor for all dragons. This one root dragon gave birth to the multitude of dragon species that live in our world, each with its own abilities and adaptations that make them the most powerful beings on the planet. Dragons have truly reached the peak of evolution.
These freaking useless worm sacks are eating my chickens! Die!
Good evening everybody, my name is Spicy Ray and welcome to another mod showcase. Today we're looking at the Wyrmroost mod, a 1.16.5 Minecraft mod that adds a variety of dragons, each with their own uses and abilities. This mod was created by Wolfshots, Kingdomal, Yukan, and Xianyan. Thank you guys, this is awesome. Now, there are 11 different types of dragons in this mod, but before that, you should know that there are multiple variants of these dragons, and also that the dragons are categorized in tiers. From low to apex dragons, you will have a hard time catching them all. Let's start easy with the low tier dragons and go from there. Our first dragon is the Silver Glider, Ankylodactylus caudulama, for the scientists in the crowd.
Yeah! Woo!
This dragon is a member of the Wingwalker family. They have massive wings that let them fly over long distances and light-colored scales that help them blend with the clouds. They are pretty much scared of everything. If you try to go near them, they will immediately fear in terror. That said, they will never say no to a freshly caught fish. So, if you wish to tame a Silver Glider, you will have to approach them slowly with a fish in hand. This will give you an opportunity to feed them the fish and make them your friend. If you wish to breed your Silver Gliders, you will have to get both a male and a female. Yes, in this mod, there are male and female variants of each of the dragons. You can tell them apart because the males glow while the females don't. Experts are still unclear on why this happens. Once you have both, you can feed them glider fish and they will produce an egg. This particular dragon is great for breaking your fall, but not so much for actual, flying high up in the sky. Since they are not particularly strong, they are only able to help you glide since you are so heavy. Fat ass. The Roost Stalkers, Parahexapus ruptor, are small dragons from the Drake family. They are very small creatures with 6 legs. Because of their small size, they are actually pack animals, to avoid predators and will actually swarm attackers if provoked. They also use their small size to their advantage, as to crawl into small places by breaking blocks with their beaks. Roost Stalkers get their name from their borderline cannibalistic nature and adoration of eggs. They like to sneak into other dragons' nests and eat their eggs. For this reason, most dragons will attack them on sight. If you wish to tame a Roost Stalker, you just need to indulge their addiction and feed them eggs. Any type will do. Egg is good. Every egg is good. This is enough to make them love you forever. While telling males from females is actually next to impossible, well, as long as you can feed them gold nuggets, more will appear eventually. Don't ask me why gold is needed in the process, I don't know, and I probably don't want to know if I'm honest. As for uses, while obviously you can't fly with them, their power is in their numbers. So you can create your own army of Roost Stalkers, give them weapons to deal more damage and keep a constant supply of eggs for them, and they will protect your kingdom forever. You can also carry them around your head by right-clicking them, which is super cute. Next, we have the lesser Desertwyrms, Therapterus minutus. These dragons are from the Lindworm family. They are probably the most pathetic of the dragons you'll find in this mod. The lesser Desertwyrm are tiny worm-like dragons with small atrophied wings. They are actually easy to spot as their main hunting strategy is to poke their heads out of the ground, open their mouths, and hope that gods will feed pity on them and throw them a chicken or something. As they are not the brightest of creatures, the lesser Desertwyrms are untamable. Probably has something to do with the fact that their brains are smaller than a grain of sand, or the fact that they can't really see or smell anything, much less a new friend. Their breeding habits are actually unknown. It seems that when lesser Desertwyrms appear in an area, more and more will magically appear. A good way to get them out of the ground is by fishing them out. They really can't tell the difference between a chicken and a hook, so they are really easy to gather. They don't really do much, That said, they are fantastic cooking ingredients. You might say they are the fruit of the desert. You can cook them bare, or if you have some time, you can barbecue them, boil them, broil them, bake them, saute them. There's lesser desert kebabs, lesser Desertwyrm creole, lesser Desertwyrm gumbo. You can pan fry them, deep fry them, stir fry them. There's also pineapple lesser Desertwyrm, lemon lesser Desertwyrm, coconut lesser Desertwyrm, pepper lesser Desertwyrm soup, lesser Desertwyrm stew, lesser Desertwyrm salad, lesser Desertwyrm and potatoes, lesser Desertwyrm burgers, lesser Desertwyrm sandwich, and that's about it. The Canari Wyverns,
Vespasaurus psitcomimus,
are small parrot-like members of the Wyvern family. These cute little dragons are more than a pretty face. If threatened, they will display their wings and sting their aggressors with an unpleasant venom. To tame them, you will have to bring a peace offering. More specifically, sweet berries. They love sweet berries and will befriend anyone that can provide them. To breed Canari Wyverns, you will need to get a female and a male wyvern. In order to tell them apart in the wild, you can see the coloration on the feathers around their necks and tails. Female Canari Wyverns will have white feathers, while the males will have another bright color. Once you have them both, you can feed them sweet berries and they will give you an egg. To hatch the egg, you need to place them in jungle tree leaves. Canari Wyverns are really useful as they can ride in your shoulders or head, making them great adventuring companions. And if you have a dragon staff, created with a blaze rod and a red geode, you can use it to command them to poison any target. The Coin Dragons,
Dracovalorephilus,
are part of the hexapod family, and are both a creature and a form of currency. These small dragons attach themselves to a gold coin at birth and will never let go of it in their entire lives. These dragons can be found in chests and similar containers. They don't seem to eat or sleep or pretty much anything. Seems greed has taken over their most basic instincts. If you place them down, they will just stay in place, enjoying the time with their coins and not do anything. The coin dragons are so devoted to their coins that the residents of this world have integrated them into their default form of currency. That means you can train your coin dragons for various goods. Those are the low tier dragons. After that, we have the common dragons. The Overworld Drakes,
Protodraco praeteritus,
as the name implies, are part of the Drake family. You might notice that they don't have wings, which means that unfortunately this particular dragon didn't evolve the ability to fly. That said, they developed some formidable skills to compensate for the lack of flight. They have enormous tucks that are both useful in combat and to look for food underground. They also have some razor-sharp claws to defend their territories. Speaking of, they are highly territorial and will attack anything that threatens them or gets too close. If you want to tame Overworld Drakes, first you will need a saddle. After that, well... Have you ever seen a mechanical bull at a fair? Do that! After a while, they will submit to your stubbornness and become your friend. To breed Overworld Drakes, you will need to get one female and one male. You can tell them apart by the markings that you will see on their skin. Males will have markings to attract the females, while females will not have any markings at all. Apparently there's also a difference between the length of their horns, but I can't really see it. After you have one of each, you just need to feed them wheat and they will produce an egg. The Overworld Drake is a great addition to your family. They are kid-friendly, once tamed, and are ideal to travel long distances. You can even give them an inventory with chests and have them wear armor into battle. The Dragonfruit Drake,
Protodraco roseus,
is also part of the Drake family. While Overworld Drakes are not particularly colorful, these close relatives decided that stealth was for cowards. They are fabulous and they are not afraid to show it. Also, they are super aggressive and are nearly impossible to tame as adults. Now, the babies still haven't developed that flamboyant, explosive energy that the adults have. Much like me during my high school years, baby Dragonfruit Drakes prefer to lay low and are generally introverted. That said, apples are their one weakness and will leave their families if they meet a stranger that will give them the sweet treat of apple. Disclaimer, do not take candy from strangers or leave your families for them. There are too many creeps in this world. Stop. To breed Dragonfruit Drakes, you will need one female and one male. You can tell them apart by the color of their underbellies. Males have purple underbellies, while females have white underbellies. Once you have them both, you can feed them an apple each and we'll have a Dragonfruit Drake egg in no time. Now, Dragonfruit Drakes aren't exactly super fast, but they are really useful. You can use V to destroy grass, and if you feed them glistening melons, then your crops will be that much healthier, as long as, the Dragonfruit Drakes stay near your crops. They will boost them. Really useful, honestly. Up above the sky, the Alpine Dragons, Pteravius circumtectus, soar with their beautiful feathery wings. These members of the hexapod family are majestic creatures. Also, they're so fluffy! Be careful though, those same fluffy wings can cast a powerful gust of wind that will blow you away. Literally. If you want to tame your own Alpine Dragon, you will need to first get a pit bee. Love it for 30 to 60 days till it becomes an old bee, and then cover them in pollen, put a leash on them, and give it to your Alpine Dragon as a sacrifice! Jason! Afterwards, the Alpine Dragon will bond to you. Yay! Jason. To breed Alpine Dragons, you will need to get a female and a male. Males have longer tail feathers and are generally more colorful than females. Alpine Dragons have an insatiable sweet tooth, so in order to breed them, you will have to feed them honey. Jason, no. Okay, I know I said that there's a difference between female and male Alpine Dragons, but I have no idea what it is. I know I said that it was the length of the tails and the feathers and maybe coloration, but I've been looking for like 20 minutes trying to find a male and a female, and I've tried every combination of these guys, and it doesn't work. So, if you guys can find a male and a female, well, tell me in the comments, because I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. Let's keep going. Now, Alpine Dragons are incredibly fast. One of the fastest dragons in this world, actually. That said, they don't like to wear anything over their beautiful feathers, so chests and armor are no gain. They will, however, allow you to mount them. Warning! While Alpine Dragons can produce intense gusts of wind with their wings, they are not built for combat, so one well-placed blow will turn your fluffy baby into a cloud of bloody feathers. Now we have looked at the commoner dragons. Let's go look at the most powerful dragons, the Apex Dragons. Deep in the depths of the ocean, the mighty butterfly Leviathan, Cantharus quadroptera, will sneak up on you and use their deadly electrokinesis to fry on any food source they see, including you, of course. Butterfly Leviathans are no joke when it comes to powerful enemies. If you wish to tame one, it will take some heavy planning and perfect execution. First, you will have to wait till it rains. After that, you will have to lure it into the beach. That's when they'll be at their most vulnerable, as they are not used to being on land. After that comes the hard part. When you first meet a butterfly Leviathan, you will notice glowing streaks across their body. This means that they are charged up and ready to attack. So, once you have them on land, the next step is to bait them into discharging the electric blast. Once it does and the glowing streaks turn off, that's your chance to stuff its face with meat. Keep stuffing until you befriend them. Keep stuffing! Careful though, the meat can recharge them and they will have an easy time electrocuting you then. Once it stops attacking, you will know that you have conquered the mighty butterfly Leviathan. Experts still haven't found any evidence of there being, male and female versions of these creatures, so just feed them kelp to two of them and an egg will appear, apparently. These creatures will be extremely helpful to traverse the ocean. They are so big that they can even carry two players at the same time. With a dragon staff, you can actually place a conduit into their inventory. The conduit will be constantly charged up and will give you the conduit power effect while near your butterfly Leviathan. The final and most powerful dragon type is the strongest member of the hexapod family, the Royal Red Dracorectis Regalia. These dragons are extremely dangerous and incredibly hostile. They attack anything they see. If you try attacking them from afar, they will use their pyrokinesis to torture you to death. And if you try to attack them from closer, they will use their claws to shred you to ribbons. Usually the males are the ones you will find flying around, as they are lonely dragons. To tame a royal red, you will need to best it in combat, so use the universal language of these hands to teach them who is boss. Once you defeat them, they will drop to the ground. Don't worry, they are not dead, they're just knocked out. After a little bit, they will regain consciousness and accept your help to regain strength, so get them meat and become bros for life. If you want to breed royal reds, you will again need one male and one female dragon. Females are bigger than males and have a full crest of head spikes to boot. Once you have them both, you can feed them meat and they will produce an egg. The hatched baby royal reds will have a duller color and will have no horns, yet. A royal red is the one ally you want to have on your side of the battlefield. They are strong as a mountain and can fly as high as the clouds. Their roar can also bring terror to their enemies and empower their allies. Like the butterfly Leviathan, they can carry 2 passengers at their backs. Also, their flames will decimate your opponents in a flash, so make sure to bring marshmallows for a campfire. And that's all the dragons in the Wyrmroost so far. I should also mention that there are special color variants of the dragons, from melanism to albinism and many others, but I'll let you find them for yourself. Oh, by the way, have you played Pokemon? Well, you can do the same with a Dragon Soul Crystal. Just craft them with an Ender Eye and 4 blue geodes and you will be able to store your dragons for your convenience. As you can see, this mod is incredible. And I honestly think they have something special with this idea. A more accurate approach to the myth, I think. I'd love to see more variants of each dragon family in the future, as well as more apex dragons, of course. Maybe the lesser Desertwyrm could have like an apex dragon version. That would be really cool. Remember to go join their Discord to give them ideas and thank them for the awesome mod that they have developed. That's all for me, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!